Hey guys, what's up? So, of course, as you can see, this is going to be another Star Wars video. But it's going to be about something that not a lot of fans know about, but I only found out over the last few years and really want to talk about it. And that is the despecialized editions of the original trilogy. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, I'm going to give you some brief context and explain. In 1997, 20 years after Star Wars first came out in the theater, George Lucas released all three of the original films on home video for the first time with the special edition VHSs. But the fans who saw the movies in the theaters were incredibly disappointed with these home releases because they were not the original theatrical versions. Instead, they were restored versions of all three films with extensive changes and alterations, including deleted and extended scenes, altered lines of dialogue, altered visual and special effects, altered color palettes, and an overall completely different look and feel than they had in the theaters. And the same thing happened again and again with the release of the DVDs in 2004 and 2006, and the Blu-rays in 2011. And even though fans continuously demanded that George Lucas release the theatrical versions, he refused every time, because, in his opinion, the theatrical versions didn't represent his vision for the movies, and the theatrical versions only turned out the way they did because he was limited by money and technology. However, what those fans didn't know was that the theatrical versions were released on the bonus discs of the 2006 DVD editions, but they weren't restored and were extremely low quality and were the exact same master and file as the 1993 Laserdisc versions. So the fans decided to take matters into their own hands and tried to restore the theatrical versions. One of them, named Peter Harmachek, aka Harmy, was able to take every version of the films, including the Laserdiscs, the VHSs, the DVDs, and the Blu-rays, and removed all of the special edition changes and alterations using Adobe After Effects and restored them to the theatrical versions in high definition. And just to see how good of a job he did, we're going to look at some of the most famous changes that he removed. First, the 20th Century Fox and Lucasfilm logos, the rocks in front of R2-D2 in Episode 4, Obi-Wan's house, all of the scenes at Mos Eisley, some of the aliens in the cantina, Han shooting Greedo first, Alderaan getting blown up, the color of Luke's lightsaber in the training scene, the colors of Darth Vader and Obi-Wan's lightsabers during their lightsaber fight, the X-Wings approaching the Death Star, most of the shots of the X-Wings and TIE Fighters during the battle, the Death Star blowing up, the Rebel soldiers in the foreground of the medal ceremony scene, the scene with Luke and the Wampa, Palpatine's hologram, all of the interior and exterior scenes of Cloud City, the colors of Luke and Vader's lightsabers during both of their fights, Jabba's palace band, the Sarlacc pit, Wicket's eyes blinking, the colors of Vader and Luke's lightsabers during their final fight, Anakin's eyebrows in his death scene, the second Death Star blowing up, and finally Anakin's Force Ghost at the end of Return of the Jedi. Now, you're probably wondering exactly how you can get the Despecialized editions. Well, since I told you that the theatrical versions are not publicly available, you can't buy them at any store that sells movies like Target or Best Buy. The only two ways you can get them are either joining the website that helped restore them and put them out, aka originaltrilogy.com, or you can find and download the files onto your computer or burn the files onto a blank disk at piratebay.org, even though I got my copies pre-owned from eBay. So all in all, I think the Despecialized Edition is a great creation and a great gift from a man who basically did this on his own time with help from a bunch of fans and made them so good looking and basically did the impossible, and something that George Lucas and Disney and Lucasfilm never wanted to do. And I think Harmy deserves huge praise and credit for that. And if you're a Star Wars fan, as well as one who's never seen the theatrical versions of the original trilogy, I highly recommend the Despecialized editions because, in my opinion, they are the definitive versions of the original trilogy. Alright, there you have it. That was my reaction slash review of the Star Wars Despecialized editions. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more. Bye.